All right, we're off to a great start today on the Morning Brew. Welcome back to the show. I'm Larry Aarons, along with birthday girl Aaron Muffaletto. And our special guest in studio is a New Mexico success story. He is the, I guess we could call you the inventor, the creator of Rock Tops. Right. Randy Asselin is here. Hi, Randy.
Hi, well, thanks for having me, and happy birthday, Aaron.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
It's great to meet you and to learn more about this terrific product that you launched, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, we launched it 2 years ago. I came up with the concept several years ago. I was trying to invent a better ketchup packet, actually.
Oh.
And there just wasn't a business case for it in the world of food service. And so we actually developed a line of carrier trays and launched them out at UNM 2 years ago.
Wow. And you recently signed a deal with Dippin Dots.
We did, and what a fantastic organization. They're very creative and innovative, and they wanted to find a way to bring more value to their partners in the venue space. So that's movie theaters, amusement parks, and sports stadiums. So they'll be representing our entire line of products in about 2,000 venues nationwide.
Wow.
It allows them to sell more Dippin Dots.
More Dippin Dots, and yeah, it'd been great to have brought some dots in the new Rock Tops container, but two areas really that benefits folks that like Dippin Dots. It allows you to hold a drink and have a combo with your ice cream, which is nice. And the other thing it does is it keeps the heat from your hands from melting the dots, because you're actually holding it from the on the cup, and so the dots last longer.
Right.
What's that like? You go into a place like Dippin Dots and you have your product and you demo it for them. And obviously it's just like a big sales call, and you show them what you can do. What was their reaction?
Well, I'll tell you, the way that came together was I was invited to a trade show out at Six Flags, and it was there that I met the president, Kurt Jones. And Kurt was fantastic. He saw the Rock Tops, and he immediately recognized that the Dippin Dots would last longer on top of a fountain drinking cup. Right. And so we started a relationship, and after about a year of really working together and courting one another, they placed really one of our largest orders ever for Rock Tops containers for Dippin Dots, and then that rolled into a partnership agreement. We're a sales agency.
That's so cool. So where can we see your products?
Well, you're going to be seeing it rolled out really in just about every type of venue you could imagine. Already, Premier Cinemas in Rio Rancho is using the Dippin Dots Rock Top container for their combo meals, and you know, Dippin Dots is really good about working with chains that we all like to visit and frequent. So I think we'll see this thing rolled out in just about every incarnation.
Now, Randy, it started with UNM, right?
They did.
And UNM took on the product for their concessions for football and basketball. Who was next in line?
Well, really, it started with UNM, and it was fantastic. Kurt Esser with UNM, the Senior Associate Athletic Director, saw the product. He liked the value proposition for football fans and connected me with their concessionaire. So we spent the last 2 years collecting the data on the product, and the data was really, can we help folks create more convenience while selling more food per transaction? And once we received the data, everything moved very, very quickly. And so Premier Cinemas is one of the accounts now that's utilizing it. We just got our first order out of a baseball team out in the Midwest. And so things are now just beginning to flow, and it's really because of the data. Without Rock Tops, the average transaction at UNM is about $6 per transaction. With Rock Tops, it's $16.
Yeah.
And so it changes everything when you can put an extra food item in your hand.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a great idea. I don't know how many times gone to a concession stand and, you know, the whole group sends you, and you're like, how am I supposed to hold all of this? And now you have this. It's like, okay, I got it.
Now this one's for nachos, right?
Yeah. No, this one is actually one of the new trays. Most of our original trays are made out of a recycled, FDA-approved plastic. This is the first tray that we've come out with made out of paperboard. So it's printed all the way around. Most of your movie theaters use a paperboard type of tray with prepackaged food.
Now, how does it stay on there?
Well, it stays on there anchored to the straw.
Ah,
okay.
Yep. So our patents on this first grouping of patents, at least, is all based on the straw anchoring device. So you've got your hand free, you can eat your food, and you can sip through the straw at the same time.
That's great.
Yeah, thanks.
So what else can we expect from Rock Tops in the future?
Well, good question. We're creating an entire line of carrier top trays, and so we'll be seeing universal trays that can handle up to 35 to 40 ounces of food. So some of your smothered foods, your noodles, your spaghettis, your enchiladas, enchiladas, that sort of thing. And then we'll see more specialty trays for particular types of food items. And then we see ourselves moving into the convenience store space with prepackaged foods that would be located right by the soda fountain.
Now, is it hard to break into the NFL or NBA or Major League Baseball or any of that? Is that a whole different level?
It's a real challenge, especially coming in from the outside. You know, we're not food service people, we're technologists.
Right.
And so we treat our trays like a technology and operate that way. So we didn't really have the pedigree coming into the industry. This is where a partnership with someone like Dippin Dots really helps us. Dippin Dots has been embedded in all of those arenas with all of those teams for just about 30 years. So, so that, you know, it's really fantastic that they want to support the technology, and they open those doors for us.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Denver Broncos fan, you know, hence the
Yeah.
colors today. So I will love it when I see this in the Broncos Stadium one day.
Excellent.
It'll be awesome.
Now, this is so we were discussing before the show. These are, you call them food trays, and you're going to keep the company in New Mexico.
We're planning on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll stay here in New Mexico. I'm from Albuquerque, and we love having the company here. We'd like to see more manufacturing in the state. This type of product is manufactured for us in one of our neighboring states in Arizona. So, you know, as we see more manufacturers that can do this type of product, we certainly want to have that here. And then we're looking at a global strategy right now to launch in Europe and South America at the same time that we go into these other stadiums and venues here in the U.S.
What's the response been like? Have you been getting a lot of, I mean, I know locally I've been seeing, you know, your name everywhere. I'm like, oh, we have him on the show. Yeah, you know, excited to meet you. So.
Well, thanks. This response has been fantastic. In fact, fans will take the product home, and you can get 2 or 3 washes out of it, you know, from a dishwasher on these things, and they use them for other products in the morning. So if they've got their coffee cup or their cold coffee in the morning, they've got snacks in them and that sort of thing, chicken wings. And so we love the fact that folks are taking them home, and they see the benefit to it. So.
What do you say, Randy, to people who may be watching that have an idea that they want to bring to the marketplace like you did here? What advice do you give people like that?
I would say the first thing is not to start writing checks to people to help you out. I would, you know, do the research. You know, there's so much information out there. The internet is absolutely amazing, and there's fantastic information. Learn the product, learn the market, who would buy it, and how are you going to manufacture it. If you figure those things out, you can begin to get a picture as to where you could take your idea. But there are all these companies and folks that want to consult, and really at the end of the day, you could spend thousands and thousands of dollars and be no further along. And so most of this work you can do ourselves. We developed the product, we put the marketing together, we launched it, we got the manufacturing set up, we created our market position, got involved with Dippin Dots, all really before we took on any funding. We did this ourselves.
Right.
And so it gave us a lot of advantage. We learned the marketplace, and it allows us to keep a lot more of our company as well as we grow the company out.
Right. What was probably the biggest struggle too in developing this?
The biggest struggle for me was that I actually thought I was creating a better condiment package, ketchup, honey mustard, that sort of thing. It took me a long time to let go of that idea and allow the concept to flourish in another direction. I was very locked into that perspective, and I think it's important to be able to take a step back and take some time away from your idea and see where it really fits. So that was the biggest challenge. I lost a lot of time looking at the ketchup industry.
What strikes me is this is a very customer-focused item. It's all about helping the customer handle the food better, enjoy the food better, and actually buy more food, you know, carry more food at a ball game. And so, you know, every business book you read says start with the customer and work back from there.
Right.
And it looks like that's what you've done.
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that. We absolutely did do that. And, you know, every business book says to do that, but when you start working with these large corporations and organizations, they don't often make decisions based on that.
Yeah.
And so our perspective, once we understood that carrier trays were our market, is that we're the first food packaging company that really meets this generation where it is, and that's with a smartphone in its hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can carry a combo meal and have your food and your books or whatnot, and have your smartphone with you if you're texting between class or you're making a phone call or staying in touch with mom and dad. We're really that first food packaging company that meets folks within that lifestyle.
Are y'all doing these in schools as well, like at UNM, actually at the food courts? And
We aren't yet, but that's certainly where we see ourselves evolving, is on campus.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So this is so awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
It really is. We've been showing your company website info. I can't wait to see where you go with this company next. And I'm glad you're creating some jobs around here, or more jobs in the future by doing this. And I think the sky's the limit for you. There's no limit for you.
Well, thank you. It's a huge market. Day in and day out, there are more people eating food where they serve a fountain drink than own an iPhone or own a computer. And so it's a tremendously large market for us, and we're thankful for that. And we found the right opportunity in the right space.
Great to meet you, Randy.
Great to meet you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And come back and see us anytime here on the Morning Brew, okay?
Thanks for having me.
Thank
You
you.
bet.
Yes.
Randy Asselin, who is the inventor and the head of the company Rock Tops here in New Mexico, an obvious success here in the land of enchantment.